what's good, what's good, what's good? I hope you're doing well. To those of you who are returning subscribers, welcome. I really am grateful that you're coming back. To my new viewers, welcome, a special welcome to you. Thank you for joining me in today's video. Okay, I'm Tanishkia. Once again, welcome to everyone. I really hope that this video inspires you, but most importantly, that it encourages you to take action. So, let's get into the video. I think a lot of people, including myself, have always wondered, how can I achieve better grades? How can I play and be better at this particular thing in my life or hobby? If you're pursuing a new career or sport, how can I become better in sport? And I think a lot of people have been told that you lack discipline or that you need discipline. Because guess what? Yes, discipline is one of the most important skills that you need in order to succeed, right? And I always went around believing that discipline was really what would allow me to attain all of the goals and the dreams that I have for myself. And to a certain extent, that is true. But I've come to realize that one of the most important key aspects behind any success or any progress of any sort is not only discipline, but there is one massive thing that we have been missing, and it's the way that you think. So, I want to bring forth truth and just some scripture and experience, right? And this is also that I can lay solid case on why I think your thinking is so important. So one scripture that really set this off for me, this whole thought, which is now video, was Proverbs 23:7. So let's go a few verses back just to give a bit of context. Proverbs 23. Why am I in Psalm? This is Psalm. I'm in Psalm. Okay, here, we're in Proverbs. So, Proverbs 23. Let's go to verse 6. Okay, so from verse 6, it says, this is the New King James Version, if you're wondering. Okay, do not eat the bread of a miser, nor desire his delicacies. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Verse 7 is what caught me. I think in the King James Version it says, for as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And it really came to me, and I immediately thought, wow, that is such a true statement, and it's from the Bible. Okay? And I realized that in my own life, there have been so many things that we have been taught to believe. And all of these doctrines, these stereotypes, these societal norms that we have been taught are in fact shaping the way we think, right? And a lot of these things, I wonder if you have questioned the things that you believe and why you believe them. And so, how is what you were taught to think and to believe, how has that influenced your life up until now? Okay? And in order to really see where your mind is at and how you're thinking, I have 3 questions for you. You can think about it, reflect about it. But yeah, the first one is, number 1, who are the 3 people that you tend to spend most of your time with? Number 2, what are the things that you do the most or that you find yourself doing in your free time? This is besides studying, besides academics, books, whatever. Like, what do you do in your free time? And then thirdly, what are your aspirations or your goals or dreams in your life or for your entire life? It can be long-term or short-term, doesn't matter, but what are your aspirations or dreams or your ambitions or goals? If there is a misalignment between any of these 3, For example, if you want to become, okay, let's say that your dream is to go to UCT, for example, and we know that UCT is one of the top universities in Africa, not only South Africa, but Africa and also in the world, right? And you want to go to UCT and you want to study, let's say you want to study a mathematical statistics type of degree, and that's your dream, right? And I think the first question I asked was, who do you spend most of your time with? And you spend most of your time with people that are really unmotivated in their studies, that don't really pay that much attention in class, they bunk classes. And then the second question was, what do you spend most of your free time doing? And if you're not really focusing studying, if you're not really focusing on your books, and you find yourself only scrolling through TikTok most of the time, you're on the internet, not really focusing on your math, which is very important in order for you to even get into UCT, because math is really important. They look at your math mark, okay? And there's a misalignment. You can clearly see the people you spend your time with are not fueling what you are supposed to be spending most of your time on in your free time, that will actually help you to be able to achieve those dreams and aspirations that you have. And so you always want to try to have your dreams, your visions, where you want to be in life. You want it to align with the people you spend your time with and what you do in your free time, because that is really going to also shape how you think and cultivate your mindset, okay? So that's what I want to open with. Okay, so here's the thing. I have had the privilege to be at one of the top best universities in this country, in the world. In fact, I'm at Stellenbosch University. Being exposed to that environment, I've been able to see the real distinction between people who have a mindset that is really helping them to grow and excel. And I've seen the difference between others who don't have the same mindset as these growth mindset driven people. And these people are the ones who are falling behind in life and are still stuck in a cycle that they are coming from, that they are trying to break, but they are not able to break this cycle because of their thinking. They are limiting themselves through their thinking. And I really want to challenge you today to think about, what are the things that you think you believe that is limiting your thinking, and therefore it is limiting where you go. This video is not supposed to be a TED talk. It's not supposed to be motivational. In fact, if this video challenges you right now and you're actually feeling a bit uncomfortable at the questions, that is great, because I'm not here to come and comfort you and just cheer you on all the time. I'm also here to challenge you, because guess what? It is in the challenges that you grow. Me, I think all that I've had this past year, and even last year, my first year, were challenges. And they sucked, It's always difficult, but it always starts with how you think. And if you can get through challenging your thinking and questioning what you believe, then that is a start to something new. It's a start to something that you don't even know God has planned for you, okay? But you need to change the way you think. And so I just wanted to bring in a bit of context to really help you understand where I'm going with this. And this is not going to end with this video. I'm going to try my best, depending on how you respond to this video, but I will still do a series on just really a deep dive into thinking and how we think and how we can kind of deconstruct and rebuild healthy thinking patterns and healthy mindsets that are going to be beneficial to us, so that we can contribute to our country, contribute to our society, break cycles of poverty, of crime, of generational curses, things like that. And it really does all start with your thinking. If you're not going to start to take things seriously in your life is going to start to take you serious, and then other people are going to start to think for you if you're not going to think for yourself, okay? And I see this so many times. Young people, they fall into this trap. And I don't come from a place of I am condemning you, okay? Condemnation is different from speaking the truth that is only there to help you to actually come to an awareness so that you can try and be different and do things differently so that you don't fall into these cycles that keep repeating themselves. I come from a neighborhood where drugs, alcohol, teenage pregnancy, gangsterism are the cycles that young kids from as little as like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old are now standing on corners with cigarettes in their mouth. Girls of 14, 15 are falling pregnant because they thought that it was okay to have intimacy outside of marriage. Or guys also, because someone told them that they loved them or that, they would care for them. Ladies, listen up. If a guy tells you that he loves you, he will wait for you and he will not expect for you to compromise your future to have any sort of intimacy with him outside of marriage. Guys, listen too. If a girl tells you that she loves you, she will wait for you until marriage and not expect you to have intimacy outside of marriage. It's not only for girls, but guys also need to know this, that you are so much more than your body. You are so much more than the circumstances that you come out of, and you cannot let your circumstances define you. And you can't let them limit your thinking. You need to actually think above your circumstances. If you come out of circumstances that are not great, use that as your advantage. Use it as your fuel to get you and your family, to get yourself out of where you are, so that you can be an example to those around you and not fall into the same cycles that are happening outside. Because it breaks my heart to see a young girl with a child in her hands and she has an entire life ahead of her, but she can't go to school because she needs to take care of a baby. She needs to find a job. Things like these happen. And I'm not shaming anyone that this has happened to. I recognize that at the end of the day, the enemy does prowl around. He prowls around looking for someone to devour. There is still so much evil in this world. And I know it's not easy. And that's why I'm really trying to do this, so that I can really start a conversation where I really want you to come open-hearted and open-minded to these videos that I'm going to upload, so that we can challenge ourselves. I also get challenged through these conversations that I have. I'm also learning, which is the funny thing, because I'm literally going through this in real time as you guys are going. I see the struggle for trying to limit, distractions. I know exams, school, it gets tough. It's not easy anymore. And there's so much peer pressure. There's so many voices and things coming in, and it's difficult. I think we are one of the generations that have probably the most mental health problems and issues, and we don't talk about it because we have made it a taboo issue, especially in the society I come from. Mental health is not something we talk about. It's very taboo still. It's like you're being dramatic, and I'm here to tell you, I am here to listen, and I have a voice. And because I have this voice and I have had so many privileges, because God has really entrusted things to me, I want to use what I have and be a voice and be here to listen and be here to help. So this is the start of a really interesting few episodes that we're going to have here on this channel. And I'm really excited because these things really, they are near to my heart. And I really love our country. I think we have, despite what is portrayed, despite the fact that we have one of the highest youth unemployment rates in the world, and we also have the highest unemployment rate in the world, if you didn't know that, okay, we're at 32 point something %. And these things really, they should matter to you. They should, because this is our country and it's upon us, the youth, to make it a better place for those to come after us. And so please let me know any topic that you want me to discuss on this channel regarding what I've just said, regarding, just mindset, young people, advice. Like, please, I am here. I'm a resource. Use me, abuse me. I am here for you. Let me know what you want me to speak about, and I will upload videos concerning this whole thing about your thinking and how we can really tackle the way we think and change that. Because guess what? Change is the only constant. But in the same breath, one thing that sometimes never changes is the way that people think. Have you ever received a birthday message or heard someone wish someone this on their birthday, like, oh, happy birthday, I really hope that you always stay the same person as you are? You should not stay the same person. In fact, you should always want to be better, which means you're not going to be the same person as you were when you were, for example, 14. When you turn 15, you're going to be a completely different person. We should not be wishing that people stay the same. We should always hope that people can continue to grow and progress, because guess what? If nothing changes, and this world is changing and it's evolving fast. And if your thinking is not going to change, you will be left behind. That's the sad truth of it. And I see a lot of our people, my people in my community that I come from, they're being left behind. They're still stuck in cycles. And I know circumstances play a big role in it. I don't discredit that, not at all. But I also think that we need to really start challenging our thinking so that we can move forward and lift each other up and start growing ourselves so that we can grow our families, our communities, and then into have it contribute to the growth of our country, okay? I'm sending you so much love. Please like this video, subscribe if any of this resonated with you, and please stick around for the next video. I send you love, and I send you all of the warmness, because it's winter, it's raining outside. But have a wonderful day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!